Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the next installment of our base reviews here in Providence Ridge. Next we are going to come over here to Rosie's. I have already cleared it out, save maybe a couple of idiots outside the front door. All I gotta do is finish checking the locations in the base. Don't know why I didn't do that already. I know there's nothing here because I have scouting. But, I guess it wants me to be extra thorough. But yes, now we are going to be checking out Rosie's, which is actually a pretty good base. And I was quite shocked when it was, oh my gosh, actually covered up by a plague heart, because more times than not I find that this base isn't covered by a plague heart. Usually it is nice and clear.
Stay quiet.
This guy's too close. Where are you at?
If anyone's listening,
Oh my gosh, get off. There you go. Why are you screaming? Be quiet. Loser. Okay, this should be clear now. Site not secure. Is there a zombie back here? Yeah. I guess they are a little too close. Sigh. Oh. Shut up. Bust your face in. Bust your face in. There we go. Don't stop hobbling like you're tired. You're fine. Okay. Now that we have successfully done that, let's take a look. So, Rosie's Roadkill Restaurant offers a badass biker kitchen, but the adjoining auto shop, the Salvage Beast, might be the true star of the show. Oh, they don't know how true that is. Anyways, this is a 4-man, 1,000 influence base, which is pretty standard for an earlier game base. It does come with some useful facilities, so it comes with a failed Clio drop. You can remove it if you have programming knowledge or by having 7 survivors, and it will give you some gear after you clear it. It has the biker kitchen, which works just like a standard kitchen from what I remember. Then the fuel tank watchtower, which gives you both the gigantic fuel reserve and it gives you the perks of a watchtower. I don't remember if it costs ammo or not to have it, but we will take a look at that. Oh my gosh, let Lily Ritter. Okay, Lily, shut up. Anyways, can't remember if it costs ammo or not, but we will go over that in the review part. Then it has a seating area that is clearable. It provides 1 bed just as it is, or you can clear it for materials. That's a pretty obvious choice. And then it has 4 parking slots, and the Salvage Beast auto works. But without further ado, I will claim the home site, and when we come back from black, we will take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to plop this right after the black screen. I haven't done anything yet. I was just looking at the Clio drop, the failed Clio drop, and I don't think I've ever read it before. But you will get 5 food, 5 medicine, and 5 materials regardless of what you do. But on this one, where you use programming, not only do you gain the Clio Homesite Bootstrap package, but you also get a Clio error log. I'm not 100% what that does, if I'm to be 100% honest with you, but it says if we have expertise in programming, we might be able to power up and reboot this seemingly dead thing. Unlike manually breaking apart, this method might coax the drop into printing out an error log, and it will improve our computer skills and blah 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 blah. But I figured this would be a thing that you might want to see. So there you go. Now I will be off to work on the base. Alright, and here we are, everyone, at Rusty Rosie's with their cool biker up on the rooftop. They are open 24 hours, or at least they used to be. But, yeah, so we're back. So, one of the things I'm going to talk about with this base is the fact that it has some pretty easy lootables. Because usually you're going to be here at the start. So you're going to be able to get fuel rather easily, and then you have all of these little trailers to get little knickknacks, and then there's also a house over here to get some knickknacks out of typically. And then over across the street is a barn and another house. Now that barn, I do believe, has a pretty good likelihood of being a plague heart. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen it be a plague heart before. But you can also get some stuff out of there. So it does have some decent loot right up on it. And then over here, obviously, you have the pharmacy and the clinic. There's usually at least another 1 or 2 plague hearts over here, depending on your difficulty. And then you have the water tower and a pump station to get your water if you don't have amenities. And then a bunch of houses over here to loot, and I believe there's some more food and other knickknack locations right here. So it is fairly good for looting, but that is not why we are watching this, are we? We're here to look at the base. So I did pop in and show you the Clio drop. It did give me this. It is the error log. It's just some weird lore stuff, just saying error essentially over and over and over again. I guess it's kind of neat. I would probably sell it. I don't know how much it would sell for, which actually, now that I think about it, what would we like? Let's just call in... We'll call in an ammo trader, because we can.
Sounds like someone at the base wants to
While
trade.
we
Can you talk to them?
wait for them, we'll go over the base. So as I said before, this is a 4-man, 1,000 influence base. It has, what, two built-ins? Well, 3 if you count the Salvage beast. But it comes with a standard storage. It comes with the biker kitchen that is broken. You repair it and you've got just a standard kitchen. Except for you can serve a round of moonshine. So you do lose 3 labor and it does add 2 noise, but with this new update the noise is not that bad so long as you keep up with your infestations. You do have to have jugs of homemade moonshine, which you produce right here. It takes 3 ethanol and 1 labor in 15 minutes, along with the knowledge of chemistry, and you can craft moonshine. I am kind of curious what it sells for, so we're going to do that. But then it also has this fuel tank watchtower, and this has another button we're going to press. So this has 2 armed guards. As long as you have ammo in storage, it does cost 1 ammo per day, and it does have a mod slot. So, oh my gosh, why's everyone got to talk? So I threw my comfy chair in there, and then it also has this little power. So long as you have electricity, you can connect this tank to the underground fuel reservoir, claiming the fuel there for our community and enabling use of the tank as fuel storage. Costs 100 parts, at least on standard zone. Don't forget, I do these on standard zone just for ease of use. On lethal, a lot of these costs will go way up. So while those are, God, that 15 minutes is a long time. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it. We'll have to look at it in the next episode. I will save it so that we can look at it. But anyways, you have those as built-ins along with the Salvage Beast Auto Works. It is just a standard auto shop. It just has a cool name. It gives you 30% fuel efficiency, and it costs... Oh, wait, no, it gives you 30% fuel efficiency. I have the salvage furnace on, so that gives me extra parts from salvaging and costs 1 fuel per day. Now, if you haven't seen one of these, it allows you to craft vehicle upgrade kits. I do always tell everyone the Miragra, the vehicle that you start with, is a medium kit. I remember in my first one I crafted a light, burned the little bit of circuitry that I had, and then immediately got pissed off because I found out my vehicle was a medium. So remember, the Miragra is a medium. Anyways, you also have improved toolkit crafting, so you can craft your advanced and your regulars. If you have this, I do recommend doing the bulk. It costs 70 for 3 versus 35 for 1. So to build 3 of these, it would cost you 35, 70, 105 to make 3 versus 70 right here. So you're getting a 2 for 1 special by building, or what is that? Buy 2, get 1 free. We'll just call it that. That's probably the better way of saying it. Because the 2 for 1, yeah. Anyways, buy 2, get 1 free. So that is pretty nifty. You can also do precision tuning, which will give you 30% vehicle stealth for an hour. And body reinforcement, which will give you 30% vehicle endurance for an hour. Those are pretty handy when you're a terrible driver like I am. And then you can also teach mechanics to someone in your community. Since this is not broken and you don't have to build it or anything like that, that can be handy early game, as having a mechanic is essentially a must for the simple fact of you need toolkits. But that is this, and you can also tear this down. So you can build a second large slot. So technically this has 2 free open large slots that you can do. So you can do whatever combo you want. I left it here because I do like to show some of the other large bases. Typically I am very much a lounge trade depot guy, but I do like having this auto shop early in the game. Now I will go ahead and go over trade depot. We already called in a trader, so you saw what that is. It does cost 1 material per day, and it gives me plus 500 influence per day. It has a mod slot where I threw my comfy chair as usual, and it lets you call in a menagerie of traders every hour and a half to 3 hours to 20 days. I'm just kidding, it doesn't take 20 days. It feels like it on Lethal Zone when you're desperate for the materials trader. But yes, you can call in all these traders, you can buy their rucksacks, you can sell them your junk, make some influence off of them, blah 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 blah. Now on for the small slots, you do have 4 that are open to use. 2 of these were makeshift beds or clearables or whatever, so we just went ahead and cleared them out, and we put in our fighting gym with the free weights, so we get a plus 30 health out of this, as well as a plus 25% fighting experience rate. Standard zone, not necessary, put whatever you want. Lethal zone, highly recommend the fighting gym. Get that health, so when you get your butt beat by the hordes of zombies, you don't die nearly as quickly. Gives you a chance to run away. Then in this slot, we built our workshop 2, same as anybody would. I usually don't go workshop 3 because that's when it starts costing materials. Obviously it wouldn't matter here, but it's just kind of ingrained in me to not do that. Now, if you're doing the C4 method, you will need a level 3. You can also craft toolkits here, but if you have that auto shop, then there's no need. But yeah, no, the only thing I usually craft out of here is fuel bombs and toolkits, because I don't typically have an auto shop built. You can also do attachments, and you can repair your weapons and salvage weapon remains. Now then, for our infirmary, that is our third indoor slot. Again, I didn't put it at level 3. If I was going the big pharma route where I craft strong painkillers for influence, I would, but I'm not, so I'm not too concerned with it. I did put my biochem station on here so I can craft my biochems, so I can just quickly dispatch the plague hearts while we make this run through the map. At these locations, you can craft your painkillers and bandages, plague cures, bulk plague cures, and you can divide the bulk cures and create meds. You can also do medical help, which emergency medicine will remove any of the injuries and trauma. So that's anything that is blocking your health or stamina bar from regenerating to the top. You can use this. And then infection therapy, so as long as you don't have full-on blood plague, you can spend 3 samples and it will cure your infection. Also have primary care, which gives you a plus 35 health and minus 35 injury chance for an hour and a half. Then you can boost injury and trauma recovery by 125%. I never use it. And boost infection recovery by 200%. Again, I never use it. Only things I really ever use in here are primary care and infection therapy. Then I went with my money making bread and butter. I like to craft my beer. It's very easy, uses the most reliable source in the game, and it makes me money. I like money. My grumpy girlfriend can attest to me liking money. Hello. Anyways, that is essentially how I would build up this base. I was hoping that moonshine would be done sooner, but now that this is done, you can see that we got a plus 100 max fuel storage, and we also gained another 15 fuel out of it. The storage is kind of pointless. You'll never have 100 fuel, I hope. If you do, please comment and tell me how in God's green earth you ended up with 100 fuel. Yeah, because that's just silly. I mean, I know I'm sitting on 182 materials, but that's because this was a nightmare zone community dropped down to standard, so stuff is not nearly as expensive. But yeah, that is how I would build this. If you have learned anything about this base, please like and subscribe, help that algorithm out for me. If you have any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts about how I feel about this base, please drop it down in the comments. It is a pretty good base, especially for the beginning of the game. Having those 2 large slots is awesome for a 4-man base. So I do indeed like it. I have moved here every single time I have played this map. On the next one, we will go look at Weston Builder Supply. I was about to say Mike's Concrete. They're both very similar in their construction from what I remember. But we're going to go up there and take a look at that base next. So please tune in for that. I appreciate everyone and all of their time watching these videos. I'm the ADHD Gamer, and I will see you next time.